In the quiet corners of their new apartment, Reva and Samir were still learning the rhythm of each other's breathing. They had been married for only 3 months, a short time that felt like a lifetime of small discoveries. They didn't fill the rooms with grand declarations or poetic vows. Instead, their love was a language of shared silence and the soft clinking of teacups in the morning. For Reva, love was a verb that tasted like nutrition. Every morning, she moved through the kitchen like a conductor, ensuring the pantry was never empty and the fruit bowl was always full. She worried about the long hours Samir spent at his desk, and she funneled that worry into the careful clicking of a plastic lunchbox lid. At the office, Samir's phone would buzz mid-morning. It was never a demand or a complaint. It was a simple question from Reva that carried the weight of 1,000 poems. "Did you eat properly?" He would stare at the screen and feel a warmth that had nothing to do with the coffee in his hand. Reva's phone would chime an hour later. "Don't skip lunch," she would text, followed by a small heart emoji. She knew he often lost himself in his sketches and blueprints, forgetting the world outside his window. Her messages were the anchors that pulled him back to the shore of his own well-being. Samir had his own way of speaking without words. He noticed the way Reva's eyes lingered on the bakery window when they walked past, or how she sighed when she saw a particular brand of spicy chips. He memorized her cravings like a secret map, waiting for the perfect moment to navigate his way to her heart. When the sun began to dip below the horizon, Samir would return home. He wouldn't bring jewelry or flowers, but he would pull a small, crinkled paper bag from behind his back. Reva would open it to find the exact pastry she had mentioned 3 days ago, still warm and smelling of cinnamon. The best parts of their weeks were the evenings they spent on Samir's old motorcycle. They would pull on their jackets as the air grew crisp, the routine of the road becoming a sacred ritual. Samir would hold the helmets, waiting for Reva to finish tying her laces before they stepped out into the twilight. Out on the open road, the world became a blur of indigo and gold. Reva would lean against Samir's back, her hands tucked into his pockets. Whenever they slowed down at a red light, they would tilt their heads together until their helmets met with a soft plastic clink. It was a secret salute, a silent laugh shared against the wind. Back at home, the dinner table was their sanctuary. Reva would watch him take the first bite, her chin resting on her hand. "Is it good?" she would ask. Samir would nod, reaching across the table to place his hand over hers. He didn't need to say "I love you," because the empty plate and the lingering touch said it for him. As the lights went out and the city grew still, they knew that their love didn't need a stage or a spotlight. It lived in the lunchboxes, the text messages, and the touch of 2 helmets in the dark. It was a quiet, steady flame, burning in the small gestures that made their house a home.